Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Frank. American Eagle Rises Sunday. There's a little bit delay there on the recording button. How you guys doing? Ah, you know, I guess any day that you can crawl out of bed on the weekend, I guess is a good day. Yeah, guys, you guys probably feel the same way, man. Everything's pointless. Nothing matters. Your life doesn't matter. Right? No one figuring out if you're still breathing or not. But yeah, let's go over the nice things that happened in Michigan. It's still gorgeous outside. I haven't seen a cloud like all day yet. Yeah, this is the type of year that I love. I love it going into, I call it my birthday, the birthday week. Birthday's actually Wednesday, October 1st. I don't know if your guys' state's the same, but October 1st is when bow hunting season starts to take down the deer up north. Yeah, I'm not a hunter or anything like that, but I just remember October 1st. Yeah, there was a unfortunate incident not too far from the house up in Grand Blanc. I don't know all the details. Raymond's show is just going. Oh my lord! And Grand Blanc's like, what is it? It's like the last kind of. I would consider it a suburb of Flint. It's probably like, I don't know, maybe 20-ish minutes on 75 northbound. Yeah, I'm probably closer to Grand Blanc than I am to Detroit, so probably time-wise, I don't know. Around Michigan, you something can be 5 miles or something can be 15 miles, and they might take the same amount of time. So we always measure everything in time, because like you could literally go 3 miles and it'd take you like 15 plus minutes because you got all these dumb turnarounds anyway. I'm digressing into Frank territory where he doesn't know where the hell he's going and then gets lost and goes, oh shit, I forgot to tell you about all this other stuff. So no, I did the normal, went for a walk. I spent a couple hours in the garage just doing more organization, trying to just, it was a nice day. I didn't want to like be completely inside here all day. We were like, hey man, before, hopefully we'll be out there before 6, then come in. And so, yeah, what time is it? Oh, now it's like just after, it's almost 6:15. So, yeah, just another day. We're still here. I don't know how you guys' opinion is. I'll tell you mine. This is my channel. This is America Eagle Rises. I know there's a lot, and I don't blame you if you can't see what I'm about to tell. It definitely, I don't have to tell you that everything looks like, frankly, like shit. Like, that's an understatement. Yeah, I know. If you're worried about a government shutdown, it's not going to be because of Congress. We've been here so many. It's like every 3 months they talk about the government shutting down, and it has. I think the last time there was a major government shutdown, I can't recall if it was 2010, 2011, and it was like down for more than a month. And I think it'd been down once before for maybe a handful of days, maybe a week or so. But the way that Congress works, it's just, they always approve this crap like at the last second because, it's so funny, right? Because, when, the Dems are in there and the Dems, oh, we're going to shut the government down. Oh, those bad Republicans. Like, you just said you're going to shut it down, so you did it, right? It just tells you everything you need to know. It's almost like it almost doesn't matter if you're like a Dem or a Republican, like the old or new or whatever. It's it's just bullshit. But they also try to, like, here's the budget, right? And then they don't pass the budget. And it's like, well, that's just odd because they spend more than with the damn budget. So, and then it's like, oh, here's the budget. And then they fight over, well, or we're going to increase the debt ceiling. It's like, wait a minute. You almost shut the government down for the budget, and now you don't have credit. Like, you can't make this up, right? Like, and then there's the more you look into this, the more you're just like, yeah, it's all a show, it's all a theater. But so then there's also you have to appropriate it. So you have to agree on how much money you're going to spend, and then you got to make sure that you have enough credit, enough credit on your credit card, I call it, right? There's an actual term, but just so that we all know what the hell, because they like to use words that confuse us all the time. But then they got to figure out, like, oh, okay, so how are we going to get the money? And like, so in any one of those, right? And if they can't come to agreement at the last second, what they do is at the last second, they'll go, well, we're almost there. This is just, we'll agree to keep going for another 2-3 months. So that's what they do. So there's always an emergency every 2 to 3 months when it comes to the government shutting down. So I don't know. In some ways, I kind of want it to get shut down, right? So then Trump just goes, yeah. All these damn departments, we didn't need them anyway. Get rid of them. Like, to be honest, right? Like, all right, get rid of the IRS. All right, so now you're not taxing me. Oh, okay, so now I get to keep my fucking money. Oh, wait. Oh, economic activity goes through the roof, right? It's not going to happen. But we can wish. My birthday's on Wednesday, damn it. All right. I just put a thing on Raymond's thing saying, kind of like my birthday wish is that all the leftists and communists, right, they all get, because this is what the meeting's about. I think this is sort of kind of what's going on. But, it'd be nice they all get handcuffed and everything and fireworks on my birthday. Now, I still think that's still coming, but it's not going to be like that. But that'd be really cool. Yeah, so depending upon, which media source you look at, like, I don't want to say panic at your own leisure. There's stuff going on. We all know that. But there's good stuff going on because the media is presenting that this is a bad thing. So the way I look at it is, well, if media says it's bad, it probably is good. Right now, there's obviously cases, like what's happening today in Michigan. Obviously, that's bad. That's not... that's self-evident, all right? That's just... But when it comes to the government or anything about Trump or anything about... Yeah. I know Raymond doesn't maybe not agree with that 100%. But I get the notion, right? It's this, we got laws, nothing's being upheld, it's been going on for so long, blah, 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 right? But you also have to keep in mind that when these things happen, it's probably going to take a while for the real, the real, I don't want to say sensation, but the scope and the reality of it. Because the actions that they're going to take, and I'm not going to tell you all of them because I don't want YouTube coming down on me that hard, even though we get every video, I only get 7 views on, which is hilarious. I get 7. The last 3 videos, like 7. Huh, I don't know. Synchronicity, right? Or it's just bad views. I don't. I'm going to go with synchronicity. Because again, the O and then your bum, your backside, your bum, the O bum, what all those guys about Russia, they're going to start these indictments and they're going to start collecting people. Let's just say that, right? They might be like this. There will be significant pushback. That's why they're having this meeting, okay? Now, the thing that the thing that I'm not even really worried about it, right? But the thing that I can see happening and why this is the need for it is this is not just America. This is in some sense the entire world, but it kind of, I'll call it, the fire starts here and the wildfire's gonna. But think about it, right? Like this is the last bastion, we're taking our last stand, if it were, right? From a figurative, perhaps literal perspective. But you got NGOs. You got the George S. Right? You got all this money that's been out there, and that they're gonna take advantage of whatever happens. So something will be reactionary. So they're trying to get ahead of this. But like what just happened with Charlie, all those people celebrating it, that just tells you. So when it does happen, you're going to have people just going batshit crazy. Now, it seems like everyone's batshit crazy, but that's not the case. Right? Like it's what's being presented to us. It's what's being shown to us on a regular basis. I think someone, I'm trying to remember, maybe it was, I don't want to say Steve Hurley? There's a guy on YouTube, but he's a doctor or something. I can't remember his name. I think it's Steve or Scott. I don't know. It's the vocal minority. Like, it's not even really a minority. It's like this tippy tip of the minority, right? It's like, it's just like YouTube, right? Or all this media that we have. We have all these cameras. We have things are being recorded in much greater frequency. I mean, even if, let's just say we go back to 10 years ago, 2015, there wasn't even half the cameras. People had phones and whatnot, but it was all grainy. Remember when you take pictures and stuff? Unless you bought like the top end, Apple phone or whatever, but never. I think I was buying razors at the time, only a couple $100, and they weren't too bad, but I didn't really need them for all that type of stuff, right? But I'm just saying. So, I wonder if we're just witnessing it more. Oh my gosh, it's happening more often. No. I think we're just recording it and we're capturing it more often. Now, it could be both, right? But my point is you don't see the media, when people do good things. It's so rare, right? Like, other people agreeing with each other, other, people that are praising our president, Donald Trump. You don't see any of that. None of it. Right? You go on public, you think like everyone, this is kind of how I think nowadays, is like everyone's out, you see them, because they're always on their phone, they're always like down here, so you have no idea like if they're laughing at you or looking at you weird or just, if they're going to just spaz out in front of you. Like I call it the bad spaz out, right? Like, Raymond, you don't spaz out, you're just spitting truth, you're literally spitting it out. Keep it up, dude. I always say my policy is just get it out. It doesn't matter how it comes out. And maybe that's why some people just, they can't handle me. You can't handle the truth type of thing. I'm more like someone is always the substance of what they are. And if you're going to just look down at someone like that, then that tells me everything about you, right? That means appearances mean more. Oh, that's not what I mean. No. All right, I don't know. Maybe that's that childhood or childish, or not childish, but like that, that nativity, whatever. I can't even say it. Not nativity. This sounds like something for Christmas. But like as a kid, there's always that. That's why I love seeing kids. When they play and they giggle and they run around, it's just that care, it's just genuine. It's natural, and it just like boosts your spirit. That's why I like whenever that's why I always like, that's why I always like to see kids outside playing and, they're giggling and stuff like that. It's not put on. Right. And that's kind of what I'm saying, right? Is like, You know, that's why I don't think people get, you know, when they get all so offended about like what something looks like. Oh, well, there's a little. It's like, who gives a shit about that, right? You know, one of our greatest educators came down to Earth, supposedly, but I choose to believe that he did. Um, you know, I don't know if he was God or not. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not, and is God. I don't know. Yeah, no. It's like, what the hell, Frank? What are you talking about, right? But you know, that's what he said, right? Like, don't, you know, let the little kids come to me, right? He didn't care if oh my gosh, I'm ceremonial unclean. Oh my God, you can't talk to me. Yeah. Right. Anyway, 15 minutes. I didn't think I'd be on here nearly this long, guys. But yeah, don't now. The 17th letter. Come on, count. Come on, guys. You know, all right. You might be rolling your eyes. Oh, what's that trust the plan thing? Well, I'm not really going to say that. All I'm going to say is there's things behind, and Trump's been sending these things. You just got to look at them more. It's really hard because I think I'm just like, man, just stop. Just pull the red Band-Aid off Trump. Like, it's not going to be clean. But it looks like they're going to finally do it. And they want to limit the damage, meaning like I call it the traumatic. Because the real stuff that comes on, guys, and I know pretty much you guys all know, is all the dark stuff, all that evil stuff. That's been going on for what, centuries perhaps, right? Like, people are going to just, they're going to just go like, you know, even people that are on the right, they're good. I mean, our world as we know it, and for good, it will never be the same. But you know that, I don't want to call it like a catalyst, but you know how like you got to, you know, to get the poison out, you got to induce vomiting, right? Like you got to purge it out, and that's what we're going into. That's what I'll leave with you today. And I think in there they call it a scare event. I mean, we've had a couple of scare events already. It's like, how many more? I'm tired. This is a bad movie. I thought the movie was going to be great. This is like, no, I don't like this movie. Like, I'm diehard. I am diehard America. And not just, you know, like America, fuck yeah, like that one movie. Although that movie was pretty good. I'm more about like what it stands for, right? What, you know, those founding principles that we put together. And to be honest, it's not even that. It's to go forth and make a better world. You know, we're humans, so it ain't going to be clean by any means, right? But people lose sight of what this country means is because, what's that saying goes? Like I don't want to say happy-go-lucky, or a good weather friend. There you go. All right. Yeah. So much has been taken away from us. Like, whatever. We got to bust our ass, this and that. The government does it, blah, 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 blah. Right? You know, you don't think previous generations didn't go through shit? And so it's ironic, right? We look back and it's like, oh yeah, you know. But when they lived through that, they didn't know. Do you think anyone that, you know, in 1941, do you think any of those people think, you know, that America was guaranteed to win World War II? Right? Yeah. Just all go back every single generation. Right. And what I'm saying is, and again, I know we might be more quote unquote divided, but I think it's been fabricated. Once we get this infection out, I don't think it's going to be nearly as bad as everyone thinks. But I think some scary stuff might happen. But we can't lose sight just because everything ain't good doesn't mean we give up. It doesn't mean that we give up on the founding principles of what we stand for as people. Like it doesn't. I don't even need that damn flag. I don't even need the little eagle guy. Right? And I don't know what you call God or what, but something, I think something created something that created something else that created something else. Like I think it's a it's a wave function. There's infinite both sides, infinite smallness, infinite largeness. Right? But it put us here for a reason. Right? I call it he charged us. We are caretakers. We're stewards. We were put here physicality-wise because we're not just this, like Yoda says, we're not just luminous beings we are, not this crude matter. That's what he actually said. It's fucking pretty deep, to be honest. He put us here to defend creation itself. Maybe you can say that's what I believe. Well, that's fine. It's not what I believe. It's what I know. It's what I know. And maybe the belief part of me is when our job is done, we're going to have another job. What? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if I was always put in charge of defending something every single time. You know, it's almost like that reincarnation thing, but maybe it's just different levels. Like we're ascending, right? And Middle Earth, right? The Middle Earth. Why is it called Middle Earth? You ever stop and think about that? I know why, but you probably don't know. But imagine, right? This is the Earth, right? What's below, right? Hell, right? I'm using the old school, is it cosmology or what? I don't know, whatever. And then what's above? Heaven. So we are in the middle, right? That's the Earth. We're in the middle of the Earth. There's a higher and a lower place, right? That's a whole nother thing. Some people believe like, oh, it's just lower frequency, higher frequency. Sounds right. The math adds up. It's one of those, you know, you can't test the theory because if you do, you're gone. Or at least here you're gone. You don't know where you're going. But yeah, guys, if you can't get on America First team, how about on creation team first? All right? Why does it hurt a lot of us to see the when the babies don't, someone decides their fate, right? Because creation's being destroyed. That's how I see it. People just think I'm weird, but that's just how I see it. You're slowly destroying the creation, and the creation is trying to rejuvenate itself. So, again, maybe I'm too serious. Some ways I am, and some ways I'm not. Anyway, too damn long. 24 minutes. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. No one's listening. But if you are, you're awesome. I mean, you're always awesome, but thanks for making it this far. If you're not already subscribed, which I highly doubt it, if you made it this far into the video, I'd be real shocked. If you haven't, please subscribe. We're barely getting any views. You longtime people that are actually listening to this, don't fret, but I don't want to keep doing this at this rate. It almost feels more defeating than anything. It's not the view count. It's just the message getting out. And it's just like, it's not even, it's like I've been removed. I've been put over here in this bubble. Like, oh gosh, this is too much. This, these handful of souls can just wake up multitudes. Yeah, okay, maybe I'm full of my shit, but I don't know. I believe that. I think that's anyone listening to my voice. You all have that power. I know. We all have more power that we don't even know about. But the times that are coming, we gonna find out. Don't worry, man. We're all here. We're one of my fathers. I don't know. He didn't quite say it this way, but they all died for one another. They barely, before they got put together, thrown in the meat grinder of the Korean War. They didn't know each other. Some of these people, maybe ones or twosy, maybe they got lucky and he was worth them or whatever in Japan, or I doubt in boot camp, but no, man. It's like these people eventually turn like you're closer to these men than your real brother. That's kind of how yeah. So he lost a lot of, brothers over there. So I don't know how that turns a man, but yeah. That's what we are, okay? Unfortunately, we can't be linked up arm to arm. That would feel better to me, but I'm old school. Shoulder to shoulder, back to back. That definitely boosts your spirits up. And then it doesn't matter if you win or lose. You're there with your brothers, and you go down together or victorious together or somewhere in between. All right, with that said, have a good week, all right, guys? Yeah, I won't be making any videos Thursday or Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know about Wednesday because I'm going to be out of town, all right? So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I'm able to leave town, right? See you. Bye.